Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. This is going to be a video on replacing the battery on a Mercedes-Benz GLK 350. Going to pat on the driver's side, reach underneath, look for the red handle. Pull the red handle. That'll pop your hood open. They don't give you any clues as to where that red handle is. I guess they don't want people looking under the hood of Mercedes. Go figure. Anyway, pull that, and then there's a secondary latch that you're all probably used to. Reach underneath with your fingers and do the secondary latch. The battery is under here. This looks kind of like, I don't know, an air box or something, but that'll be where you find the battery. And there are 3 clips. 1, 2, and where are you? Hold on. That one's right in the middle, number 3. So these have like little ears on them. The one in the middle doesn't have any ear. You just reach underneath and pop it like that. And lift this off. And back away a little bit here. I might need 2 hands once I get lucky. There, I got lucky. Alright, so there's a couple of air vents there, okay? Put that aside. There's your battery. Now, this was bought late 15, so it lasted a little over 3 years, like 3 years and a month or 2, which is not very impressive to me. So I am not putting another Mercedes battery in there, which generally cost at least 50% more than other batteries that you can buy. I'm going to put a Napa battery in there. It's an AGM battery. It has all the same ratings, cold cranking amps, reserve, all that stuff. It's all going to be the same. This one has 800 cold cracking amps, reserve of 140 minutes, and sometimes they put just plain old cranking amps instead of cold cranking amps, but this one doesn't have that. That's all right. CCA is the thing that's most important, and then reserve. All right, so I haven't got the other battery yet, so I'm just getting a start on this. I'm going to disconnect it. I'll show it to you. Okay, I don't think we need the flash on anymore. Is it still on? No, that's my headlight. So we got 2 little 10mm. They even put them on a nice little angle for you. That is actually pretty cool. So you don't have to reach in there with an open end. And this one's facing straight up. Well, crappy battery, but I do like the design of these terminals. Now, along with this terminal comes all this other stuff. You just leave that on there. I don't even know what that is. And there's some more stuff over here, but we're just going to take that off and that off. And it has a vent here. So you should have a vent for the new one that goes on there. And there are going to be some hold downs somewhere. Let me find the hold downs for you. Whoops, sorry, I had my finger there. So holding down, it looks like it's on one side only. And that's a 13, if I can get an angle on it. I'm trying to get an angle and get my light on it also. There, 13mm, and then there's another one that way, but you can't see it because of this wire. So 2 13mm will remove that lower clip. Okay, that's your clip with the 13mm, and it just holds down. Looks like one side. And once we get those terminals off, just pick it up. It'll be heavy. Take a little flat blade screwdriver and pop this vent off of there. And then you need to get under this. Oh, it's really loose actually. It's hand loose. I'm going to be able to lift those up with my hand. I'm going to need two hands here, and I'm going to take off. I'm going to take positive off first, because once I take positive off, if I touch it to anything, nothing's going to happen because positive's on the battery. If I take negative off first and I touch negative to ground, I get a spark. I took a bungee to hold the positive up out of the way because it's kind of heavy and I need it up out of the way. So it's a bungee. The negative looks like it'll just stay tucked behind this. This is where you put the negative to jumpstart. Actually, jumpstarting this car is there and there. If you can get a strong enough battery to jumpstart it. You don't have to get to that battery. You just go to those 2 points right there. Little extra. All right, let's see if we can lift this out. I pulled a little bit and popped that up on top of this black piece because it gives me a little more room. Well, I'm glad I didn't film that because I did have to curse a little bit to get that battery out of there. It's not that it's that heavy. I mean, it is heavy. It's probably 35 pounds or so. But it's just in a very tight, awkward, no room to maneuver place. So there. That's where it comes out of. That's where the new one's going in. I don't have the new one yet, so I'll get back to you on this video when I get the new one. I told you I'm getting a Napa AGM. It should have the same ratings. While you've got the battery out, clean the leaves and stuff out. There's a place here where they come in from, the openings on the body panels, and the leaves will accumulate here and down there too. They'll fall down there too. And why you want to do that is because they hold water, and when they hold water, that causes rust eventually. So if you clean them up, there'll be nothing there to hold water, and the rust will be put off a little bit longer. Rust never sleeps. Remember that ad? Just curious about this box that I took off that covers over the battery. It must have to do with recirculate air mode on your HVAC, because it doesn't go anywhere. It's just like a connection to nowhere. Air comes and goes out of this one, comes and goes out of that one. It's just like that. Funny. Well, all right, we're back on the Mercedes job. This is a Napa battery. It's got the right CCA, it's got the right reserve, it's got vents, and it's the right size. So it's going to drop right in. The only thing I don't like about this, it's only got an 18-month free exchange. Most batteries are at least 3 years free exchange, so I'm not sure what's up with that. But then it's got proration for like up to 75 months total proration, but you usually don't get a very good deal on the proration. So let's get it in. We're going to use the included accessory to plug the vent on this side, and we already have that little red thing, which will be the vent, the active vent on that side. So remember I told you to suck out any debris or any leaves and stuff that you find there, because they trap moisture. So that's the really hard part, dropping it in there, and I did not do any video on it because I had to curse a couple of times to get it to go in there. But she's in. Now we clamp it down. We got our clamp right here. Right? So if there is a torque spec, which I'm sure there is, I'm not going to look it up. I just tightened them up what they call good and tight. Good and tight. So a little 3/8 ratchet extension. Alright? Good and tight. Leave the covers on until you get ready to attach the terminals. First we're going to do the vent. Okay, for the vent, now we're going to put the red on last. I like to take a socket that's slightly larger than the terminal, put it over there like that, and tap it with a hammer just to make sure that you're down on there good. Tighten it up, snug it up, tap it again, and then tighten it good. You should have about that much sticking out. I put a small 1/4-inch drive ratchet on there, but I'm not tightening it up, certainly not as tight as I did with those hold downs. You know, I am going to put a little of this chemical on there. I changed my mind. It won't hurt anything, and it claims to prevent the beginning of corrosion. These are very corrosion free, very clean terminals, but I think I'm going to give it a little shot of this anyway. Just that much, just like that. I'll do the same on the other side. A little red cover goes back over the positive terminal. It's just got 2 little posts just to protect it from getting shorted out inadvertently. I'm going to tell you something. I've been looking for about 5 minutes for this black cap, and I put it down here, and somehow it got knocked into there, and that would have got sucked right into the air cleaner. It wouldn't have hurt anything, but be careful where you put stuff down. That's all I'm saying. Black, another tool hits it and pushes it. All right, now we're ready to close this out. 3 clamps on this, you remember? We got a little red cover on there. We put some anti-corrosion stuff on there. We got it down tight. So let's put this on. So clamp there, clamp in the middle, clamp there. These little things here, it's like a little, it almost looks like a funnel. There's a piece, you can see I'm rubbing my finger on it, that positions this, and there's one on the other side too. So I was wondering what those were for, and that's what they're for. And we're going to move this up tight like that. Tight up there like that, and that thing is still holding it in place. I need 2 hands. Alright, that should work. Make sure you've got this, jiggle it around a little bit, make sure it's up tight because it has to seal in those places there. If it's not sealing, then it's not going to work right when you change your modes around. Oh, let's get the key. Okay, here we go. Let's give it a try. I haven't staged anything. Oh, it spins over good. So we're done. I'm not going to go over resetting everything. Whatever you need to reset, your radio, your seat position, whatever. That's going to be a separate video, okay, guys and gals? So if this helps you out, give me a thumbs up or a like. Subscribe to my channel if you want more from Froggy. There'll be more about this GLK 350 as it gets a little bit older and gets more miles on it. It's got 18,000 miles on it now. We do have an extended warranty and service on it, but you know, I'll still end up doing some stuff. Okay, see ya, bye. Well, my wife just drove off in it, and she said it did remember her seat position, so it wouldn't surprise me if Mercedes has some kind of a capacitor or something in there that actually does a lot of remembering when the battery gets changed out. Anyway, I asked her to let me know what if anything needs to be reset, and I will put it down in the comments, so read the comments, okay? Bye.